Ram was heading into a hospital parking lot when he had an encounter with a very pleasant pickup driver. Ram started turning into an open parking spot when the pickup driver suddenly floored the accelerator in reverse, blocking him from parking. The pickup driver screamed at Ram through his open window, apparently upset because he thought Ram was going to steal his parking spot. He then backed up the rest of the way, nicely overlapping into the spot Ram had actually been planning to use. Clearly this guy is such a highly skilled driver, the parking lines just don't apply to his compensate mobile. Since Ram possesses a modicum of emotional stability, unlike the other guy, he gladly parked in a different spot and ignored the third-grade insults that had been hurled in his direction. Watch what happened when Andre was leaving the mall with a friend. I know there's a stop sign here, but there's also a green light. It's confusing. Anyway, an ambulance came speeding down the street with lights, but no siren active, and Andre T-boned it. The police refused to respond since, according to them, there were no victims. Andre filed an insurance claim, and the insurance provider said the car was totaled and offered him a settlement. He went ahead and repaired his car himself, which took about 3 months. Fortunately, neither Andre nor his passengers sustained any injuries aside from some minor aches and pains. Brandon was cruising along when he watched the driver of a Jeep nearly wipe out after coming close to sideswiping another vehicle. Now that was a close call. Thankfully, and surprisingly, the Jeep didn't hit anything, spin out, or roll over. This submitter was driving down a road in England when they were T-boned. A car came down a side street, failed to yield, and hit the front corner of the submitter's Ford C-Max. The closest ambulance that wasn't already occupied was 40 miles away. Firefighters ripped the back hatch off the car and took the driver out through the back because they had neck pain. Don't worry, the car was already totaled. Since then, the submitter has been driving rental cars while waiting for an insurance payout for over 2 months. Mohammed was driving in Saudi Arabia when an SUV cut across all 4 lanes of a highway, forcing him onto the shoulder to avoid a collision. Fortunately, he was able to regain control without hitting anyone else before pulling over to collect himself. This next clip comes from right in my own backyard, and the submitter fully admits that this accident was his fault. Garrett was driving pretty late at night when he accidentally rolled through a red light, only realizing what was happening and hitting the brakes when it was too late. Thankfully, everyone was okay after the 30-mile-per-hour impact. He was even able to keep driving his car for another 20 minutes to get home. His insurance policy took care of everyone involved, and he even got more for his '94 Volvo than he'd originally paid for it. Cotton was driving in Granbury, Texas when he had to go off-road to avoid a wrong-way driver. Maybe they were visiting from across the pond? Okay, I need help with this one. Take a look and tell me who you think is at fault. Feel free to pause or rewind to check out the various signs and lines. The SUV swerved, sideswiped, and smashed into the sedan, scraping and spoiling the side surface. What's confusing for me is that there's a no left turn sign, but also 2 turn lanes, but also 3 lanes to turn into, and no lines showing who turns where, and the rightmost lane is also a right turn lane? Yeah. Comment below and tell me who you think is at fault. Chris sent us this video from Portland where someone dropped a firecracker in a tunnel that went off right next to his car. As you might imagine, Chris did not appreciate this, and he caught up to the driver responsible to get their license plate number. After reporting the incident to the Oregon State Police, they did nothing. Donald was in the process of changing lanes when a speeding Chevy SUV sideswiped his Lexus LS 430. The driver that hit Donald was unlicensed and uninsured. The police responded and gave him 3 citations. Donald's repairs cost almost $5,300 US. Dennis was waiting at a red light when he watched another driver turn onto the wrong side of a traffic island. At least the guy in the blue car got it right. Zacharias had stopped at a restaurant to eat with friends. As they were finishing up, they heard a loud bang. They ran outside to find the aftermath of a car accident. When they found this video, they gave a copy of it to the police. The cops told them the driver of the white car was at fault. The other driver filed an insurance claim, and their repairs cost nearly $3,400 US. This submitter almost got his Chevy Bolt EUV sideswiped by another driver. The submitter honked, and the other driver swerved back into his own lane. I guess Teslas aren't the only electric vehicles that Hondas try to bump into. Today's Tesla behaving badly comes from a submitter who was obeying the speed limit of about 50 miles per hour. A Tesla driver recklessly cut in front of him, brake-checked him multiple times, and finally sped off, passing another car at high speed in the process. Outlaw was turning left on a wet road, but it didn't turn out the way he'd expected. Outlaw says that watching our videos helped him know what to do so he could correct the spin safely. That's kinda cool, but keep this sort of thing on the track, Outlaw. He also said he's a big fan and that everyone should subscribe to Wham Bam Dashcam and Wham Bam Tesla Cam. He didn't say this, but I think you should also subscribe to our new channel, Wham Bam Gamer Cam, where we'll be posting the over 300 submissions we've received from video games. See you there! Do you have a dashcam video that you want to share with us? Please send the video together with a description of what happened using the link in the description below.